righty. Here he is, clotted. No, that's not clotted, that's orange. Just recognize the color. T, this one's for you, man. You asked for one more E4 calc, I give you one more E4 calc. I'm doing great. How was your day? Lowry. Friends, comrades, fellow Doom Calkers. I really thought that I would have cooked by now, but I have been cooked. T, this really is I'm live because you wanted to ask me questions about E4 calc and prep, so that's the primary reason that I went live tonight. But before I answer any questions you do have, I want to set the stage. Where I am right now is I have 3 single battles cooked with Weavile, Beware, Sceptile, Prim, and Latios cooked already, with a Pokemon that does certain things. The things that I require of that Pokemon mean that it must be a Ghost type, and it cannot be Dragapult or Banette. So the viable candidates are Legion, Gengar plus Mega, and Shandy. And my 3 lines that I have that incorporate those 5 guaranteed mons in one type of role are accomplishable with all level 99s and 8 of my 9 scales. So I have, in an ideal world, 1 candy, 1 scale, and I think ideally none, but maybe the eject pack to figure out a line here on Phoebe doubles. And I have spent about 3 days on this line, and I have gotten no better than crit to wipe. I have a riskless line. If I don't crit on one particular turn, that is almost guaranteed to wipe if I do crit. And so I'm trying to find a crazy way to have a better setup. So, all right, the stage has been set. That's where we are. I have a strong preference for, come on, brain. Strong preference for Gengar or Chandelure over Legion specifically, because I have to figure out Glacier doubles, where whatever Ghost type I bring is a pretty important sweeper in that fight. And Legion doesn't exactly hit hard. Yeah, not so much. So, all right. So there you go, T. You got questions for me. Now's your time. Floor is yours. If not, I do calc. What's the owl's gimmick? The owl? Oh, Decidueye. Decidueye's gimmick is that it has Tailwind and a Focus Sash. So it's not so much a gimmick, it's just like, right, you have this... You just have an awkward Pokemon for baiting. Chandelure has Shadow Tag, so it's not so much the Decidueye by itself, it's a Focus Sash Pokemon that takes super effective damage from different things than the rest of the team, paired with a Shadow Tag Pokemon that you can't fake out. So you pretty much, like almost every lead, either is Dual Wing Beat KO or Fake Out plus KO Chandelure. Yeah, correct. It's the fact that you have to show it a fast KO pretty much, and it's super slow, means you kind of need a slow protect guy, or you have to designate an Iron Ball user, or you have to spend a fake out on it. Like, it just... It's annoying. It does make this fight specific to lead, but like, I probably have 8 different ways I can lead this fight. That's not the problem. There are 3 problems in this fight. I'm going to ignore Chandelure because you have to kill Chandelure on turn 1 almost all the time. So it can be annoying, but you basically just have to show a KO so it can't protect, and you have to kill it. So that's kind of issue 1. You have to prevent Tailwind on Decidueye. Okay, cool. Those things are just normal. Find a good lead for a doubles fight. What is like the problem is twofold. You have Mega Shadow Tag Gengar in the back, which is really hard to deal with if you don't kill it on the very first turn it's on the field. Yeah, Weavile's problem is that it's dead to Chandelure and it's dead to Decidueye. So like usually you want to fake out and KO the Chandelure, but my Weavile is the only Pokemon I have that kills the Chandelure. So it can't fake out and. So I still have to get creative. Yeah, Blastoise is the most annoying thing here because both of its moves can drop you. It has Follow Me. The Blastoise is they're pretty much either the Blastoise is the last Mon and it's fine, or it's an absolute menace. And because I have Weavile and Weavile will always bait early Blastoise, I can't do the latter. I have to find a way to negotiate Blastoise, get myself a guaranteed knockoff into Lunala to prevent Meteor Beam. Typically, you would use Dark Gem knockoff to KO Lunala, but my Weavile already used the Dark Gem earlier in the run, rather Drapion did, and I also can't afford to be plus attack nature, so even Dark Gem Weavile doesn't KO Lunala from full. So I kind of struggle. So I'll show you my initial... here's the initial lead. Here's the starting point for this fight. If I can pre-toxic on the previous fight so that Latios is low HP, I can give it a Lychee Berry and have it enter the field at low enough HP to be +1 attack to start the fight, and +1 attack level 100 Lunala KOs Decidueye through Focus Sash with Dual Wing Beat TM. And then Weavile KOs Chandelure. So like that's problem 1. So I can do the lead. If I do that lead, whichever slot I pick, it doesn't matter. Weavile always baits Blastoise, and does this not even work? I can't be level 100. Oh, I'd have to, so it's not level 100, it's level 99, and I'd have to spend my scale on attack. That's it. Okay, attack scale +1 Latios And then, so we bait Blastoise for slow kill into Weavile. Weavile outspeeds everything in the back, and it outdamages everything but Blastoise and Giratina. Latios at level 99 speed ties Lunala and is dead to it, and then we pre-damage so that we're showing fast KO by Meteor Beam. So if we pre-damage our Latios all the way down to 31 HP, then I get Fake Out plus Meteor Beam, fast kill guaranteed, and Weavile has a free turn, even though it's dead to Blastoise. By the way, this is the so-called, like, chalk lead. We click knockoff into Lunala. We knock off the power herb, and if we don't crit, we KO. If we don't crit, we don't KO, and it gets stuck charging Meteor Beam for a turn. And then we switch somebody in on Fake Out. And the somebody I think I picked in this case was Eject Pack Sceptile. So if we assume we don't crit, we can go Eject Pack Sceptile, tank a Fake Out, be pre-toxic, which doesn't matter, but we need to know it for later fights. We can Leaf Storm KO the Blastoise. And because Blastoise sees Focus Blast kill into Weavile, it can't click Follow Me this turn. So we Leaf Storm KO and we knock off KO the Lunala. The Eject Pack lets us go into a Pokemon of our choosing, and I'll just pick my resident Ghost type. We'll put Gengar in there just for the heck of it. Yup. I think this is where it devolves. And then Weavile is faster than base Gengar. So sorry, we have so with the double KO, we have Gengar on the field and his Gengar on the field against Giratina and his Gengar. So on double Ghost move, we can go to Shed Shell, Beware. For free, and Beware is going to be pre-damaged to always bait Flamethrower, sometimes Dragon Pulse. And we'd have to Icy Wind this turn to get speed control, otherwise we're dead to Gengar. And then, unfortunately, the line just kind of runs out of gas there. Because Weavile doesn't KO the Gengar after an Icy Wind. Unless I am 31 attack. Not level 31. Unless I'm 30. Come on. 31 attack, level 100. And not Jolly. Then Icy Winded and knockoff KOs. So I was like, alright, so maybe I could do this if I can do level 100 Weavile with an attack scale, but that's the extra scale that I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? Yeah. So, anyway, that line kind of fell apart. And every subsequent version of this line that I found had the same problem, which is KOing all roads led to two places. Either Blastoise being able to click follow me on the turn I need to kill Gengar. Or Gengar and Giratina coming out onto the field on the same turn, and Weavile can't kill it in 2 hits guaranteed. With Icy Wind knockoff specifically. But then I had an epiphany. What if I didn't do the low HP Latios lead? Because if I have a higher HP Latios, I can switch in on the Icy Wind turn and Psychic the Gengar. And that sounds amazing. But we're also like dead to Giratina Shadow Sneak, so we gotta figure some things out. So this fight is kind of a nightmare for my team comp in general because I just don't have anything to pivot around. I can't fake out Encore the Blastoise because every time I would get Prim in to do an Encore, it would be able to click priority follow me. So here's where I am. I realize that if I scale HP on Gengar, I can show with an Iron Ball knockoff KO from Decidueye Fast Kill and Chandelure Shadow Ball. And Dark Ghost is are 2 moves that Beware takes really well. So, okay, alright, no problem. So if I go Weavile, what slot is this? This is what I'm working on right now. Gengar slot 1. Weavile slot 2. I don't have to fake out because I can do a different setup. I can have like a 30 HP Beware in the back, which might add a little bit of risk to my first fight, but fine. Ooh, Soul Link red card. I love that. Nice. But it's a random user, right? I can't do that on leads. Sorry, I was like, oh, can I do that? No, I can't do that. So one of the problems is that the Sceptile slot, I could never get like the right Pokemon doing the baiting, and then I think this is a way for me to finally do it. So Gengar slot 1 baits double kill, fast kill, Weavile slot 2 outspeed stuff and isn't dead to a high crit move, so it's free to do whatever it wants. Turn 1 Icy Wind Weavile does 18% to Decidueye, and any amount of HP to Chandelure. And Beware at 30 HP and no item takes knockoff crit and takes nothing from Shadow Ball. We live at somewhere between 14 and 2 HP. Slot 1 Beware we'll get Blastoise for fake out KO, and then, which is crazy that I can pre-damage successfully to be under 14 HP, but we can. And then Weavile Brain. Weavile baits Lunala, I believe. Slow kill Lunala, we don't show kill to it. And yeah. And level 100 Beware, Aerial Ace plus Weavile Icy Wind KOs Decidueye, and it'll be -1 speed. So we can turn to Aerial Ace KO Chandelure, and bait Blastoise Lunala, and Lunala is always going to click Fast Kill Meteor Beam into Beware. So we have the Fake Out Meteor Beam guarantee. And I'm going to see if this works, if my play around can maybe work now that I have Latios at high HP. And all I've done, all of that effort, was just to get the opposite bait slots of the same line. So Sceptile can come in on Fake Out. Meteor Beam stun locks. We assume we don't crit for now, just to do the line. And then we take Fake Out, we take a turn of Toxic. And what do? We Leaf Storm. And we KO. And the nice thing about having the slots reversed is that Weavile actually shows Fast Kill to base Gengar, so Gengar doesn't come in next. And maybe this way we have a chance to do this differently. I still don't think quite so, though. Because of this scale. Your box is so fragile, you legit had 0 switch-ins for the gym leader skill link Shincino. Nothing was faster, basically forced to set up a scenario where it didn't get a move off in a double battle. And only had 1 slot to work with because of what the partner needed. So it's a double battle. So you... Oh, so you had somebody else. So you attack with something slow that kills Cincino. It's the last mon in the back, and you red card it in after taking a hit. That's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Okay. We do need to prepare for the potential. So I think this has to be Choice Scarf. Originally, I thought this had to be Choice Scarf Sceptile because I have to play around. I don't have to play around Follow Me because Weavile's still on the field. Never mind. Weavile is baiting Focus Blast. So we can... Double KO? Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't. Meteor Beam has already been clicked. And it's into Sceptile. So we can just detect on Sceptile and go Scarf Latios. But now this is slot 2 guy. Scarf Lati baits team. But I don't need to outspeed Gengar if I'm full HP. So we detect. Maybe it isn't Scarf Lati. Speed ties at +1. It's amazing how many things from Arena, if I had an extra candy, would outspeed by 1. It is Max Speed Prim level 100 is a disgustingly perfect speed tier. I did not see Chape got the W. Let's go Chape. I beat the game, VOD's here. Everyone gets one. Oh man. The vibrator. One death reset. With just the 10 minutes mix packed and that's it. Wait a minute. Shape got the W. That's not what I'm seeing. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm seeing Evening Star, not Shape. But hey. Good for Chape. I don't think I know Chape either. So yes, Lunala. So Meteor Beam has special AI. Meteor Beam is never seen as a damaging move. It is +9 if the Pokemon has a power herb, and that stacks with kills. So fast KO +3, +6, slow KO +3. So a Meteor Beam only ever has 4 scores: +9, +12, +15, and -20. All right, it's never going to click Meteor Beam without a power herb in this game. And that makes it super dangerous and super abusable. Oh, that's an old one. Right, Electrode Mawile is an old E4. That's not news. I watched that. He spent the whole E4 talking about how terrible both Pokemon were. Oh, he did a 1 death equals reset and brought the same 6. Oh my god. Did he sandbox it? Or did he, like, semi-Nuzlocke it, since there was clearly some guy packing? Okay, so what if I go... Hey, the normal number. Go, impressive. So it's been 1D yard. I didn't think this game would ever be 1D yard. Under normal Nuzlocke conditions. Just shows how talented some of these people are, man. So we go... So, but where's Dunzo? We go... We switch Latios in, holding Cassiberry maybe? Let's try that. I think I had this before and the problem was like Focus Blast crit drop. Take 22%. And then if we're -1, we'd be okay. Okay, Cassiberry Latios would work. Oh, yeah. Just 10 mix packed and that's it. Yeah, no, if you specifically make early game free, then... and you route for the encounters that scale, like, then all of a sudden it's just You spend the whole game preparing to get lucky or unlucky on space tag um, and Maxi and Tab. Sorry, the both tag fights, Maxi, Tab. And wait, did he Deathless E4, or do we not count the E4 for the Deathless part? Because there's no way his Electrode Mawile squad E4 did the E4 Deathless. Like, that literally sounds impossible. What am I missing? That is quite literally unbelievable. I don't remember what his original team is, but like, I mean, there's only been like one Deathless champ, period, I think. And it seems to be you would need like exactly Prim, Golly, which I guess I don't remember what he had. Okay, it doesn't. It's impressive no matter what, is the short answer. Okay, so what if I do? What if I detect? Yeah. So if I detect, hold the eject pack, Meteor Beam fails, I go to Latios on Focus Blast, and then I'm Kasib, so I don't have to be dual wing beat, so I can pick any old thing. Like I have Shadow Ball TM to do 1 billion damage here. Shadow Ball TM or whatever move I've brought with me. Some random Latios move will do the job. And then we KO the Blastoise and eject into Gengar? I think Gengar. Slowbro. Yeah, Slowbro can take like 4. Got it. Yeah, especially if you're risking liquidation drops, which I imagine you are in 1DR. So if I eject into Gengar, Gengar baits double ghost move, fast kill, which means it can't do anything into Latios. Gengar, base Gengar, even if I'm -1 Spadef from Focus Blast, doesn't see kill with Kasib Berry. So I'm safe on this slot. Base Gengar full HP is baiting Shadow Ball. So yeah, double kill, Gengar in, Psychic KO the Gengar, switch in Beware. Beware is, which is hilarious, Beware is immune to all 3 attacks but dead to, even though it's at 2 HP potentially. And then we're always getting, yeah, we're full HP. This is guaranteed full HP, assuming the no crit situation. So then Giratina will still have fast kill into Beware, so we can click whatever we want. Yeah, we can almost go Weavile too. Then we go to Prim on Dragon Pulse Flamethrower, and we live Shadow Sneak crit through the berry. So I think if we don't crit, I think that's a line. Now the question is, can I do it with the same mons? Can I steer the crit? And I'll even do like crit to wipe on the steer. And the Z4 is kind of like double crit loses in a couple of places. So this would be right on track. Okay, where baits Blastoise? Fake out Meteor Beam, knock off, stun lock, and go Seppi, pack. Okay, and then we detect on the beam that targeted the previous turn. Go Latios with Deceive on Focus Blast. Sick. Yeah, totally fine. Sceptile's faster, so follow me doesn't matter. Sceptile KOs Blastoise, ejects into, yeah. I don't even know that I'll need the eject, but we'll do it for now. Sceptile ejects KO into Blasto, into Gengar, who does have an Iron Ball. Plus Null KO of not Draco. Right, we have to deal 15% on full HP guy, which again would be pretty easy to do. Yeah. Well, no, this is I haven't done. I have to do the if I crit Lunala line. I think this is riskless if I don't crit. I'm just checking my numbers. I've done so many versions of this. I've had candies on, I've put my single candy on like seven different mons, which is crazy because I can only bring 6, but I've been calcing with 9. So it actually has been on 7 different mons. Because there are lines where Latios needs to be level 99 to bait early Lunala, and there are lines where it needs to be level 100 to get a KO. It's just funny. Sceptile. Eject into Gengar. Lunala KO'd by Latios. Great. What's the problem? The problem is that we speed Ty Lunala. That's the problem. And I needed my candy on the... I'm kidding you. One more candy would make all the difference in the world. One candy. I'm not asking for 6. Just 2 candies. It's crazy. That's crazy. And I think I've already looked at the lead, that it has to be... Could it be 99? It can't be 99 attack scale beware unless I take a scale off somebody else. But for the... So what would that mean? 36. That would mean I'd have to drop speed scale on beware or speed scale on Prim. Which I think I'm at the point where I have to start cooking those lines differently. As much as I want riskless 5-mon champ, it just might not be in the cards. Yeah, unfortunately, I think that the final candy only did 1 roll. But you have to get through that fight to get here. I don't regret it, I'm just sad. I know it was the right decision. The candy I would like back is that I candied Weavile to not be dead to like 2 rolls of crit on Crobat Acrobatics on a fight that I threw on anyway in Mossy Gym. That's the candy I want back. Alright, so... Spare speed scale. Alright, so if I level 100 my Latios, then I outspeed the Lunala, but in order to do that, I would have to 31 speed my guy. Yeah. Yeah. I forget what Beware speed is naturally, like 20? What is my natural speed tier? They're all 13. 13 attack, 13 speed. Oh, funny enough, I had lines of HP Ghost Beware at one point to finish off Lunala. I've been deep in the builder on this one. Okay. Anything else changed in the beginning? So this is 1-2 scales. We're still faster at -1. Doesn't change the HP ranges. So it's still Fake Out KO. Sorry, it's still Icy Wind. This is 99. Icy Wind plus Aerial Ace, always KO. So this does change the range. Knockoff does 16 to 28. So it actually doesn't change the range there or here. Great. So it's still double KO. So it's still Icy Wind, Aware Switch in, double KO, Fake Out Meteor Beam, Knock Off, Go Sceptile, Detect, Go Latios. Yep. With Kasib, Sceptile, Eject KO plus Lunala KO. Okay, what do we have to watch? Or nothing. We go Gengar. Gengar. He's not Shadow Tag yet, but we're a Ghost type anyway. Fast kills into Gengar, slow kill from Giratina into Latios. Latios Psychic KOs Gengar plus Beware on Ghost move, and then go Prim on Dragon/Fire move, while Latios tries to kill with Draco. Says I don't hit ranges. All right, so now let's look at the crit line. Oh, no, I think it doesn't matter at all because I built in the detect turn. Right? No. The detect lets me stall a turn. It doesn't speed me up a turn. So if I crit the Meteor Beam, I think this is doable. I think this is gonna be just barely doable. Okay, if he crits me, then Sceptile is going to be on the field. Sorry, if I crit him, Lunala always dies. Sceptile is on the field. Weavile, full HP, shows fast kill to Gengar, so it's going to be Giratina, and Giratina is going to have kill with Poltergeist, Flamethrower, and sometimes Dragon Pulse. So, Itemless Prim takes that. So Lunala is dead. Blastoise is on the field. Yeah, I think there's like Focus Blast drop into crit White Bangles, but this is an okay steer considering. Focus Blast drop into Sludge Wave crit. Yeah. Something like that. So Sceptile is gonna bait. No. Hold on. I think we need to. No, we can't be dead to Shadow Sneak. So because we show kill to Giratina, it's 90%. It's 90% to Shadow Sneak my Latios, and if it Shadow Sneaks my Latios, it's gonna Shadow Sneak again. Unless I dropped Draco. Do I use Draco in my remaining fights? UKO. You'd be Ice Beam. You'd be Ice Beam. A bait order here. Get Craig. Dropping Draco would make the people go crazy. That's the tech. Take your Latios, make it modest, drop Draco Meteor. Be sick. Alright, we still out damage Barraskewda from full. I think we're gonna have Thunderbolt as well. Always. Wrong thing there. Thunderbolt. Out damages Manaphy. Okay. So it'd be slower out damage by Goodra. I think we can work with that. Show me some Aura Sphere damage. And then maybe, I don't think I can get away with Expert Belt here, but because we do want to prevent, what about like Earthquake? We want to prevent Goodra's setup, and it doesn't look like we necessarily can, but we'll come back to that. I think this is at least got potential. All right, so where was I? If I drop Draco, it's still got Dragon Pulse killing rolls. 3 killing rolls of Dragon Pulse. So it solves the Shadow Sneak 90%, but it doesn't really make my odds. Right, it takes my odds from 90% to 3 and 16 to lose. It can't be, because we have to be the Ghost Resist Berry or White Herb. Oh, and if I got dropped, I'm dead to Dragon Pulse anyway. Oh, and I've taken a hit, so I'm actually dead to. I'm expecting to be dead to every roll of Dragon Pulse. Okay. So no, dropping Draco does not help me. Alright, how do I deal with this? How do I deal with this? I KO. Weavile's on the field. I KO with knockoff. And now it's Sceptile and Weavile versus Giratina. Oh, it's Hold on. I'm acting like Latios is on the field. Giratina is clicking essentially triple random into Sceptile, but Sceptile gets to eject out. So Sceptile KOs Blastoise and ejects itself out, and Weavile's still on the field, so it never clicks. Doesn't matter if it clicks Follow Me, right? It can't click Follow Me because Weavile's on the field in the universe where we crit. So Eject Pack Play still works. Giratina triple random into Prim, right? Yeah. Into Prim, only possible option. Itemless Prim specifically. And then itemless Prim. Yeah, if I go itemless Prim, then Prim sometimes takes, it's only 1 in 3 to take an attack, so now we gotta figure out that. So let's say Prim takes Flamethrower or Poltergeist, then Prim's never dead to anything. So we can we have Prim Weavile, and we do, and we have Icicle Crash for Flinch Chance, which is also nice. It is most likely to be Poltergeist as well. It's least likely to be Dragon Pulse. That would only be Fake Out Crit turn. Not even, is that ever? Hold on, Fake Out Crit, 17 plus 1 turn of Toxic. If in the crit universe, it's never Dragon Pulse, doesn't matter. And random move crit, Gengar never sees a kill in base form into Prim. Neither is Giratina because we're itemless. So Prim could quite literally switch in on random move for free and be safe. Insane Pokemon. And then Weavile does 50% to Giratina. And that means that Giratina will have to Shadow Sneak the next turn. Sceptile and Weavile against Blastoise Giratina. We KO the Blastoise, we eject into Prim. Prim takes random move or nothing, which is usually what it takes. Takes random move or flinch. Base Gengar has Focus Blast into Weavile. Shadow Tag's not up yet. So we have Focus. Yikes. Focus Blast, Shadow Sneak. Oh god, I'm gonna have to switch in for that. It's Latios. Latios is the switch in. But it can't be the switch in. Okay. It's an awful position. I have, all of this was to try to find a way for me to play around crit to wipe. And it just looks like it's going to be crit to almost wipe. Oh, God. It's terrible. Okay. And I can't do a cheeky detect with Sceptile because we just die. It's crazy to think that the thing I'm getting punished for is guaranteeing Shadow Sneak. Right? We can take Shadow Sneak, Focus Blast on Latios. So the only way this would work, I don't think it works at all. Hold on. Is if Prim had Icy Wind. I can't get rid of Encore, but hypothetical. Icy Wind. Nope. Because now I'm stuck. I'm stuck in, and I can't be. Yeah, wouldn't work. I thought if I Icy Winded, I could get like Prim gets Sludge Wave and Latios goes into Weavile, but I can't switch. I'm Shadow Tagged. And I can't have items. I'm already locked into my items for the other line. So and this version of the line doesn't allow me to say, who cares if Meteor Beam happens? Beware can take a Meteor Beam, but not from 3 HP. So we have to, in this version of the universe, we have to knock off, you have to be full HP Iron Ball, you have to be under 14 HP. So it really is just these 3 mons need to negotiate the end game. Right? Unless you're pre-para. Nope, because you have to be, we're already scaling, we can't be pre-damaged at all. So you'd have to have an item to be dead to Poltergeist. Is there any way any way at all for Gengar to start with an item and then lose it? What if I started the battle with no power points on a move? Like I just walk into the Elite Four with 0 Icy Winds, and then when I eject pack into Gengar, I'd have to be prepared to enter the Elite Four. I'd have to have Leppa Berry here, and then I think Leppa Berry is... I don't know that it's bugged this way. I know that if you use the last power point mid-turn, Leppa doesn't activate until the end of the turn, but I don't know if it will activate at the start of the turn. That's true, I can safely playtest that. I don't even have to cheat. Let's do a little playtesting. Well, let's see if it works. Sorry, I can literally just find out if the line works first. MLabs, year of the playtest. It's true, it is the year of the playtest. So if I were to Leppa Berry and pre-para, I would get the same outcome at the start of the fight, which is the 2 attacks into me that I want. But I'd also have to now be full H. I'd have to be able to bait Shadow Sneak, because I'd be itemless on the Poltergeist switch in. And I can't be pre-anything to take damage. I'd be a known cheater. That's true. It's true. Mark me down. I cheat for fun just to piss the people off. That's me. Got me pegged. Cheaters never win. That's because they don't cheat well enough. If they were as good at cheating as I am, we'd win all the time. All the time. Alright, so this just straight up doesn't work on HP ranges anyway. Oh, and it wouldn't even be mid-turn. It would still be mid-turn. I'd be switching in off of the eject pack. Yeah, I'd be switching in on the off of the eject pack anyway. And I don't think there's any item that I would use on a mid-turn switch in that activates with nothing up. So as cool of an idea as that was, no, it would just be like a 50-50 on switch in. What are the odds here? They're bad. Just any old fake out roll would put me in. Flamethrower ranges. Okay. So, and I have to do the eject pack line is for the double KO. because I'm baiting. Otherwise, I wouldn't have protect up. Right, I'm already protected in the non-crit line. Yep, there's just no wiggle room here. There's no wiggle room. It is crit to lose. Damn. Unless y'all are seeing something I'm not seeing. Crit to lose, and I have to make one of my other lines worse, by the way. Because we needed a bonus scale. Leaf Storm you. What's the other? No. I'm like wondering, oh, can I get guaranteed Shadow Sneak out of this guy? I could pre-damage for guaranteed Shadow Sneak in the event of a crit. So I could get Shadow Sneak. But then it's Shadow Sneak plus like 50-50, right? I just have to switch around and I'd never have a safe move again. So let's see, hypothetically, what would I do? I would go to Latios and eat the same Focus Blast I ate before and detect, and then always be dead to Focus Blast the next turn. So we would switch somebody in a Sneak Focus Blast, which is exactly Prim. Sneak Focus Blast. And in my other line, hold on. My other line, Prim item doesn't matter. Because Beware's taking the Ghost type move, and then Prim's going in on guaranteed not Ghost. Okay. So Prim could be itemed in this realm of the universe, and I haven't given anyone the Scarf. What would that do for me? Not a whole lot, because now we've got Blastoise clicking Follow Me's. Have some nice Muddy Water overlap to deal with. So what will we do in this case? So we go Latios plus Prim. Prim takes Focus Blast, Shadow Sneak, and is itemless. And then we would chip Giratina with Shadow Ball. Shadow Sneak, right? Detect Golarios. No, we don't need a Shadow Sneak. We chip first. Kind of feels like I'd have to just hit a range here. Hit a range. Brutal. Okay, okay. Eject into... Alright, what if we went without Kasib? I don't think we can. Let's look at that again. If I'm... What's up, monkey? We're in a doom spiral right now. How are you doing? Yeah. I thought I was there. I thought I had finally cracked the code, and it's a crit to wipe line. And I'm trying to find a way. I'm trying to find a way for it to be better than crit to wipe. Not even good, just better than crit to wipe. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Elite Four at all, but 2 required singles, 2 required doubles. Well, sorry, 3 required singles, 2 required doubles. And the champion fight is always singles. I have a 5-mon core that can do the 3 single fights quite well with 8 scales and 0 candies. And I have 9 scales and 1 candy. And so what I'm left with task tonight is with these 5 mons plus a ghost type that can do Glacier doubles with Encore Trick Room. And there are 3 candidates for that. I don't think Dragapult works because of what it has to do on the first fight. Double check that again. Dragapult could do it. All right, for 4 months. Yes, because I need... So, 2 things that I need. I need a Pokemon that does 2 jobs on Sydney singles. I need it to switch into a close combat, ghost type, from Urshifu, always bait Wicked Blow, and later in the fight, pivot on Nidoking Sludge Wave and bait guaranteed not Sludge Wave, not Ice Beam. So Urshifu does too much damage for pretty much anything to do that job. The other Pokemon that could do it that aren't ghost types... Oh, I didn't think about Jellicent. but I don't think Jellison can perform here. And yeah, Jellison can do the job on this fight. So I'll add it to the calc in case I find tech with it. But if you look at my non-ghost types that resist fighting moves, like Scolipede can do it, but I can't pivot on Sludge Wave and guarantee anything after that, right? I take a Sludge Wave crit after taking 18%, and I'm baiting other moves now. Yeah. And then there are other things like Masquerain, but they bait, that's a 4x resist, but it baits Ice Beam from Nidoking, and I can't. The only thing that takes Ice Beam on my squad is Prim, which is the thing I'm switching out of. Prim is baiting Sludge Wave, and I need to turn Sludge Wave into Dark Pulse Earth Power for my line to work. Here, I'll show you the line. This one I'm quite proud of. So you've probably heard me lament that Weavile is a gem merchant on the Elite Four. And how right I was proven, because I have very few gems left in the game, but one gem that I do have is Bug Gem. Weavile learns the X's TM. So this, with a nature change and a gem, Weavile is the single one Pokemon safe lead I have against this Greninja in the whole game. Fake out X-Scissor will KO Greninja and prevent it from setting up rocks or changing its type on us with Protean. And then first slow kill comes out because we outspeed the entire squad, and that's going to be Urshifu Close Combat. On Urshifu Close Combat, I need to go to some random Pokemon. We'll put Gengar in. Got it. Yeah, let me know when you're back. Oh, no problem. What do I do? Let's look at more Gengar stuff here. Not Gengar, let's look at more Dragapult stuff. The Dragapult ruins my current lead, though. So if I'm doing Pult stuff, Alright, so let's say I do the Latios thing. Latios baits fake out, meteor beam, we knock off, Pulp goes in, Pulp Phantom Forces to dodge the meteor beam. This is level 99 Latios. Pulp Phantom Force dodges beam. Oh, right, no, this had to be... Right, this was the problem with the dueling meat thing. It's like, it didn't KO, even at +1 attack, because dual hit moves are so wonky. Double low roll, I mean, that's a 1 in 64. We can't candy, so we have to scale. Right, so that's the candy scale thing, but whatever, so we double KO, get those two. We knock off, free switch, pick whatever we want. So we go Evile, we go Sceptile Pulp. We go Sceptile, wait, not Sceptile Pulp, we go Knock Off. Plus Sceptile. Off plus Sceptile KOs. Okay, we'd have to be like pre-poisoned on Pulp. Toxic in case of flamethrower burn, but we could do the original line. So eject pack double KO. Oh, but the problem over here, if we crit, right, it's just straight up Sludge Wave with 0 switch in. Right. Right? Right. We'd have Weavile stuck on the field, just eating a Sludge Wave. Where's my music? Why are you doing so much bird sounds? That is not lo-fi.
Meet the Delaware County Democrats working hard for us.
So yeah, kind of stumped.
Brought not only the students together.
Help! Help! What about Choice Scarf Jellison lead, huh? Why not? So that would mean literally anything faster than Jelly. And we have to do a lot. We have to do 85%. Okay, like Psychic. Let's do this a little bit different. Let's get crazy. Right, this works on the first site. Almost too well. Colberberry, 74% if I'm 74%. Yeah, it super works. Heck, you could almost do the job yourself. Which is just kind of wild. Okay. Curse body's fine. Okay. Choice Scarf Jellison. What do I do? Psychic. Oh, we'd have to be pre-damaged on somebody. So let's say I'm 81% Gladios? Sure. Because I can't lower this damage output. Okay, 81% Latios. Or lower. Alright, what is Scarf Jelly baits Poltergeist Fast Kill or Moongeist Beam Fast Kill? Well, I can kind of work with that. Hold up. Alright, and then what if I let Latios bait Nala Moongeist Beam Fast Kill? What? I wouldn't do that. So this would be a level 100 Latios line. So we bait. Oh. So we would bait. Sorry. We have our choice of baiting Lunala, or is it just Gengar for outspeed? outspeeds. Nobody else out damages. It would be. So you bait your own. But you probably don't see a kill either. Stupid Jellicent's too powerful. Okay. But how much damage do I need? Can I be like pre-toxic? Can I get to 80%? 80%, 258. What's a toxic tick here? Or burn tick, whatever. So 19. Sesh. What up, Dave? We're struggling. I'm out here looking at Jellicent calcs, okay? That's how desperate I am. I'm looking at Jellicent E4. Help. I've lost my mind. I have, otherwise I'm crit to wipe. If I crit, I wipe is the best doubles line I've found here with mons that can do my single battles. Okay, 319, so two, sorry. Just do not problem. Okay, 277. Nope. Not enough damage. Not enough damage even with spread bug. Okay. And the guy has protect, so he definitely can't not show a kill. So what else can we do here? We could do an eject pack thing. Or it's crazy that you bait Gengar. Or I can be Scarf and then I show a kill. If I'm Scarf, don't I just get Blastoise? I mean, Scarf Latios. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Go Sceptile, but that's just dodge a fake out crit, because then we're dead to Moongeist Beam, because we have to go. Am I crazy? That would just be guaranteed fake out, right? It would be. It's amazing. I found so many ways to get guaranteed fake out Blastoise and no way to do anything with it. And I can't rely on Torrent Surf Prim as much as I would love to hook up something crazy like that. I have no ability to get Prim lower HP. Oh, but it would. Oh, it's so good. What a shame. Scarf Prim Surf. Pumpy. No, it would have to be a spread kill, right? That's why I was looking at. I guess I could just fake out turn 1. Hello, Jay. And we can't really drop any. We actually need all 4 of Prim's moves. So even if I wanted to hit a Pumpy, I can't do that. Get desperate out here, though. You know you're in trouble when you're trying to do Jellicent Water Spout spam. I think it does nothing in this fight either. It's true. It does nothing at all. Dear Lord. Worst sweeper of all time. Okay. Jellicent experiment is over. Let's go back to Doom. So here, I'll show you the we don't get crit plan. Let's see if I can remember it. I have so many versions of these. We lead Iron Ball Gengar because it is dead to knockoff and dead to Shadow Ball. Pre-toxic Beware in the previous fight so that he is at 30 HP. 30 HP, 31 at max attack, Beware. Sorry, ahead of myself. Weavile, turn 1, clicks Icy Wind and drops the speed of Chandelure and Decidueye and does 18% to Decidueye. Beware switches in on knockoff Shadow Ball without an item and lives under 14 HP. With a speed drop, Aerial Ace fast kills Decidueye and knockoff fast kills Chandelure. Double kill. Beware slot 1 baits fast kill Blastoise, guaranteed fake out. And Weavile baits Party Order, which is Lunala for Meteor Beam, but it's going to go for Meteor Beam fast kill into Beware over the slow kill into Weavile. Weavile knocks off the Power Herb and never ever crits ever in its life, because that would be disaster and we can't have that. And we switch Sceptile in on a fake out from Blastoise. Because it's guaranteed fake out, we can't get dropped by Muddy Water or Focus Blast. Sceptile will hold the eject pack item, so we can click Leaf Storm into Blastoise. Blastoise has Follow Me, but it has slow kill into Weavile with Focus Blast, so it can't click it. So Leaf Storm, so knockoff KOs Lunala first, Leaf Storm KOs Blastoise second. We eject back into Iron Ball Gengar, and the last 2 Pokemon come out. It's Base Gengar and Giratina. Both of them will see Ghost move, fast kill into Gengar, and no kills into Weavile. Well, that's not true. Slow kill, focus blast from Gengar into Weavile. That's not what I wanted to do, right? No, that is right. How'd I get this wrong? Oh, that's not the play. Duh, that's why. Sorry. On the fake out Meteor Beam turn, I go to Sceptile, I take the fake out, I knock off the Meteor, I knock off the Power Herb, so Meteor Beam charges. Then, I don't take the KO. I switch to Latios with a Kasib Berry, and I take a Focus Blast, while Sceptile detects on the Meteor Beam that charged the previous turn. Now Sceptile's the fastest thing on the field. It KOs Blastoise, and we teach the Shadow Ball TM so that Latios can fast KO Lunala from level 100. And now we bait the last two Pokemon, Giratina, Gengar. With the Kasib Berry, we are never dead to anything. I'm sorry, we're never fast dead to anything. We are slow killed by Dragon Pulse Giratina, but Iron Ball Gengar saves us. So we bait double Ghost move, always, and we can just Psychic KO the Gengar and switch to Beware. Beware takes double Ghost move and is at 14 to 2 HP. But Gengar dies, Giratina has Dragon Pulse Flamethrower, Shadow Tag is gone, and so we can just switch to Prim with no item, eat absolute random move, chip with Latios, and then KO the following turn. Well, actually, we just try to hit a range with Draco. And then KO the following turn, and our Kasib Berry protects us from Shadow Sneak crit. So, that is the line. That works, as long as I don't accidentally do too much damage. And so I have spent the better part of the last hour trying to figure out a way to not straight up lose to me critting that Lunala. Not come very close. I think it's the third unique line I've come up with that ends in the same spot. Why not? Let's look one more time. So we've got Eject Pack, Sceptile on the field. Lunala dies. We did our crazy turn 1 setup so that Weavile would be in slot 2, so that if we do crit Weavile, or Lunala, at least it's Giratina next because we show Gengar fast kill. Am I correct? It's Lunala slot 2. Yes, Beware slot 1 baited Blastoise, so slot 2 is you. And I would never be able to go Charty Berry. To get Giratina, right? Right. Wouldn't help anyway. Alright, Giratina clicking Poltergeist Flamethrower into Sceptile and Weavile on the field. So so I'm getting Focus Blast into Weavile. So I either have to switch out Weavile. So I always have to get Sceptile off the field, which can be either by switch or by self-eject. And if I don't KO Blastoise this turn, therefore bringing in Gengar. Then we're doomed. Then we never have control over Blastoise again for the rest of the fight. And it's just all 50-50s. Not even 50-50s, it's all Focus Blast or Follow Me. So the only play that makes sense in terms of progress is Leaf Storm. And go into somebody that takes Poltergeist Flamethrower. Well, it ain't gonna be Iron Ball. Gengar, who dies, takes 200%. It ain't gonna be Latios, unless Latios weren't Cassive Berry. I'd have to be itemless. I don't think I can afford to be itemless. Yeah, we straight up Focus Blast, drop, or crit would be enough to put me into Gengar range. So no, it has to be. If only we had Soul Dew. Fix all my problems. Not really. It'd have to be itemless anyway. So the only mon that can switch into that combination of moves is Prim. So we would eject into Prim. We would deal 50% to Giratina. We can't do that. If we do 50% to Giratina, then we get Shadow Sneak plus Sludge plus Focus Blast the next turn into Weavile. And Gengar is just straight up dead to High Roll Shadow Sneak. But actually, that might be my best option. Just horrendous. Maybe. Hold on. So. Hold on. We eject into Prim. Prim baits nothing from anybody. Prim baits nothing from anybody. Has Encore Force. So Weavile either has to stay in forever we've used a scale there and a scale there, so we're already one more scale than we can afford and our candy. So I actually think, oh no, I can't even do the I was like, oh, I'll just Icy Wind knockoff and hit a range with Weavile. bad range, but I can't even do that. Because Prim isn't baiting any moves. So Prim's baiting, so sorry, we're getting Focus Blast, Shadow Sneak. The only thing that takes that combination is Latios. And then once Latios takes that, we no longer have a move that's not dead to Gengar, so it would just be so we have to exactly encore. Hold on, what if I... What if I don't lock Giratina into Shadow Sneak? So I've crit killed. Giratina is clicking whatever it wants to click. Is the solution to just be pre-damaged? If I'm clicking eject on Sceptile, right, Prim can still take random move, but I could just be pre-damaged to be dead to something. Pretty easily. Right, just be dead to Sludge Wave. Okay. Oh, that would be a crazy way to finish the fight. Oh, that would be so great. Okay, hold on. So, terrible ideas are flowing. We eject on Blastoise into Prim, still the only option there, but we just switch in Latios, and then Latios is baiting. Oh, right, this is the Shadow Sneak. This is the Dragon Pulse problem. So we're just baiting 3 rolls of Dragon Pulse, but that's for a 90-10, so that's not real. Like but in the Steer world, that's 3 rolls of a 90-10. That's fiction post crit. So fine. We have Kasib Berry Gengar. We've Gengar and full HP Giratina. And Giratina is really, really, really likely to click Shadow Sneak. So we just have Prim itemless on the field. Always baiting him. Is it always? Can we do always Sludge Wave? Will be... Oh, I can't free damage Prim. Right, that's why. This is not... It's a free damage problem because I literally can't choose to free damage Prim. I do not have that power. Prim gets to be whatever HP it wants to be. Is it the only mon I don't have control over? No. I think I have control over 4. Weavile and Prim. Weavile will be full HP within 1 or 2 HP, and then Prim is just whatever. Okay. And honestly, I think I'm pretty likely not to be a 60%, if I'm being entirely honest. So we would just send in Latios, who would then, even with Kasib, still bait Shadow Ball. So we would just be, we would expect to die to a 50-50. Yikes. Oh, I thought I was cooking there for a sec. Latios is like the only thing that kills Gengar. Kind of my main problem. And if I don't show fast kills to Giratina, then Giratina ruins my life. Okay. What if I do the version of the universe where I have pre-damage Sceptile so that Fake Out always makes me dead to Shadow Sneak? So then I take the Fake Out. Let's do original line first. Original line I don't think matters at all. I take the Fake Out, I protect on the Meteor Beam. Fake Out, protect on the Meteor Beam, go to Latios. There might be Fiction with Muddy Water, but I'll ignore it and just say I win the game. Yeah, I still get the Psychic. What is... Right, we KO... We double KO Blastoise, Lunala, same turn. And then we eject out, so it doesn't matter at that low HP. Yeah. So that would still work. So if we crit, we can be guaranteed Shadow Sneak. But if we get guaranteed Shadow Sneak, we just... don't ever get rid of Blastoise, right? Right, that's just straight up worse. That's Blastoise clicking 50-50, Weavile clicking 50. Sorry. The only thing I have that kills Blastoise can't do anything. So... what would I do? Go... Prim on Shadow Sneak plus Focus Blast. Only thing that can take it. And then go Latios on the other slot. And then we're baiting Sneaks again. Brutal. But whatever, nope. And we just have to switch Sceptile back in. There's nothing. There is nothing. All that work to get Lunala in the correct slot. And I can't play around one crit anyway. I think that's it for me tonight, friends. 2 hours and no progress is a lot for any person. All lines converge to problems. It's frickin' Blastoise and this stupid Gengar. natural gift is never more powerful than knockoff with an item. That's 1 in 16 to lose, essentially. So now that we know we don't have better than that, doing the safe line up to that point. What if I just risk the crit rolls on Prim? Would have to be level 100 for this line. Make sure nobody else is. Ladio's down. Weavile plus 50% beware. We just knock off the the Shandy immediately. We go to sorry, we go to Rocky Helmet Prim, I suppose. Go to Rocky Helmet Prim, who destroys Decidueye with a Moonblast. The next turn, Prim would bait Poltergeist Fast KO and not be able to KO the Decidueye though. Okay. So really we could do anybody at all. So we could do Gengar with Jaboka or Rocky Helmet. And then bait Lunala, Meteor Beam Fast Kill. Click a... Right. Yeah, that would work. So we KO... That would need a special attack scale here, right? Yeah. Unless Gengar learns like a flying move. Or HP Grass, I already remember that. Can't be Natural Gift. Sludge Bomb's our best damage there. Oh no, we took a close combat. Right. No, we always kill. Okay. So Beware to Gengar, we always Water into Gengar, we KO Swiss Shandy, Fast Kill Meteor Beam, we knock off Sludge Bomb. I guess we would fade Muddy Water here. Close combat crit. I can even use, I might be able to use Prim as well. But again, we can't reliably even be pre-damaged that little bit. So let's just call that fiction for now and say, okay, even if it crits me, then it has to click 1 in 3 Muddy Water, right? Oh, it's probably 50-50 target. It's probably 50-50 Muddy Water into drop problems, into miss. It's not, it's better odds than crit to wipe. There you go. So that's the only risk, I can live with it. So this line means you two die in the first 2 turns, and we knock off the Meteor Beam. We knock off the herb. The herb. So herbs off. Front 2 die. Slot 1 Weavile baits Blastoise. And then we presume we don't get crit. So we're going to get Fake Out, Focus Blast into Weavile. And Weavile can't, we don't have control over Weavile HP. Ever. Yeah. So we can't be like low to get guaranteed Fake Out or something like that. Okay, so if we don't like the Gengar play because it leads to Sceptile can't switch in with the Eject Pack. Sceptile can't really, well, it could switch in without the Eject Pack. So Sceptile comes in on Fake Out or Focus Blast as the knockoff occurs. And Lunala was baited by the Sceptile slot, which is slot 2, which means if we crit kill, then we get Gengar Sludge Wave and it's GG, right? So we don't like the Gengar play. Faster than Guy. Hold on. Just speed tie. So we just tank a close combat, bait a Leaf Blade. Presume that we don't get into Moongeist Beam range from a crit close combat. Totally possible, but again, better than single crit odds. It's now rolls of crit. So we pretend that it's guaranteed Poltergeist. An item here for sure. It can't be Choice Scarf because we need to make sure that Decidueye can't click Tailwind. So we no flip turn, we just baiting a Poltergeist and whatever else from Leaf Blade Poltergeist. Sure. So we go, and you'd be Shed Shell in this instance, because it's Chandelure. So we go Prim, so we go Beware to Prim, KO Shandy, we get Giratina, we go back to Beware, we chunk the Giratina, 50-50 into the Prim slot. Into the Beware slot, right. And we get Close Combat again. So we probably now Icicle Crash. Yeah, we Icicle Crash. Icicle Crash to Decidueye? Really? Maybe I don't. Maybe we say... So I said I wanted to chunk Giratina, but maybe I don't. Already low enough HP, I can't pivot it again. So I would just... It's guaranteed CC though. So we go Latios on the CC. And how much do we take? We take 1 billion. Oh my god. 41. So that'd be more rolls of crit now. That base Gengar would see KO into Latios. But it's Leaf Blade. If it's Leaf Blade, it's not as bad. Show would I have to like Dark Pulse? Does Latios even? I think Latios learns Dark Pulse, but it doesn't. Oh, it still doesn't really out damage. So we'd have Lunala for out damage, and Gengar would not out damage. So now we have Weavile Latios. We go Weavile plus Latios with above 50%. It's a high crit move. Could be dead to Moon Ice Beam. But we haven't spent the extra scale here. Or the candy, right? Correct. So this could be a scale HP and candy. lost my spot. KO Shandy go Prim. Prim dodges a few rolls of crit and baits Poltergeist. Weavile. Oh, right. Right. Weavile chunks Giratina. We go back to Beware. On Poltergeist. Plus Leaf Blade. We bait another close combat. And 50-50-ish. Go to Latios. Who's been juiced up. But still takes... Is it defense? Or is it... Defense scale would go a long way. 53%. Well, we'd be faster too, so it doesn't actually matter. As long as we spend the candy, it doesn't matter. So we tank a close combat. KO. Go back chunk. Go to Latios. KO Giratina. Yeah. Okay. And then what? Then Gengar never has a kill, so it should be Lunala out damage always. Could have a kill with Lunala, but it doesn't matter because it's slower. It's always going to do fast kill Meteor Beam into Weavile. So Weavile knocks off, and Decidueye dies to Psychic. This isn't the Psychic play, maybe this is the Electric Gem Thunder play. So we've baited Lunala. We KO Decidueye at the same turn we KO Giratina. No. KO Giratina and switch in to Latios, which will show. Without Kasib, it's going to show Shadow Ball KO. Right? Okay, so if I do this route, I'd get nope. Brain is cooked. Must stop. Getting lost in the sauce. All right. Sorry for a non-entertaining stream, although in fairness, you were warned. All doom, no progress. Yeah. I remain hopeful in spite of the facts. We will find it. It may not always win, but it'll sometimes win, and it'll sometimes win enough. That's the plan. Thank you for being here. Always a pleasure hanging out with some friends. Who's live?
Turbo, you're gifting a dragon crown.
I haven't rated Squirk in a hot minute.
Yeah, I won't know if I got the San Diego gig until November. Okay, let's play this for our wonderful new subscriber, Lily. Very, very grateful that Lily wanted to subscribe. Congratulations, you have...
I have two options. Option one is stay in, hope it clicks Icy Wind, and click Acrobatics. Option two is swap to